Whoa! Yeah! We got the fire brewing tonight here in CEWA. And I gotta say, it is good for business. What is going down? What is up, everybody? I am CEWA owner. Sorry, I'm still getting, used to saying CEWA. But, I feel like Howard Stern when I went to the changeover. But, of course, the fire, when we talk about the fire, when it comes to everybody, we talk about all the talent that showed up. But I just want to say, everybody, watch what's going to be happening next week at the Chase Center in San Francisco, California. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is May Day next week, and I am looking forward to being in San Francisco, California at the Chase Center. But, of course, I'm never alone. I have the other owner of CEWA, ladies and gentlemen, Phoenix Jackson. What up, Phoenix? What is going on?
It feels good to be back in the owner's spot. But then again, we knew this was happening.
Oh, we already knew it was happening, and they're never going back again.
No.
But of course, as you see, we're never alone. Phoenix. Now, I don't want to hear anything from the main event, the co-main event, or I don't want to hear anything about Tyler Stone's match. I want an actual answer of what match stood out to you.
Hi.
I'm really gonna make you think, asshole.
Yeah,
let's go.
You're really making me work for this spot, aren't you?
Yes, but while you think about it, I'm going to bring him on. Of course, he is the head of security here in CEWA. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Cash for David Jones. Of course, and we already have the talent in here tonight. Look at the camera. The champ, Sean Jackson, the EWA World Heavyweight Champion, is here tonight with Marshall Owens. And they're decked out in their suits, of course, telling people you're ungratefuls and just walking away. But, of course, you can see cameras backstage. Look who's back there. Rain motherfucking Carter. Talking to Amelia Ares. Wow. I mean, you heard Amelia last week with Rain Carter. They're challenging. And Cody Cash, what was your first initial thought when you heard that? Cody Cash. I think he's having technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. But Phoenix, did you think about the answer?
So many good matches on this fucking card.
Yeah.
But I think I would have to say it has to be it's not just Tyler Stone's match. It's the whole Evolution Championship tournament in general. It's been fired up. It's been great. And I knew putting it together was a great idea. And I did just that.
Absolutely, indeed. Okay. Now, Cody Cash, I don't know if you heard me at all.
I did. So
okay.
Yeah. So when she announced that, I was through the roof because we hadn't seen them here in a long time, and the first thing they want to do is go after tag team championship gold.
Hashtag him her want the tag team gold.
But dude, that's a good name.
But of course, you can see Dante Hardcore here tonight as well. Even though he's not scheduled, he's just here in the building.
Yep.
But of course, who else showed up? Evil Heart. And she's excited. Well, she's always excited to be here. But let's get to the first matchup of the semifinal of the tournament here for the Evolution Championship. And it was Lenore Len taking on Jack Saban. Now, right off the rip, Jack Saban just went on the attack on her right away. And the referee, of course, while he's beating her down in the corner, had to do the 5 count, and of course pull him off because the referee never rang the bell yet. He was getting that early advantage on Lenore. And of course, wow, look who's also. But of course, as the referee rang the bell, Lenore came out of nowhere and kicked him right in the face.
Oh.
And she just goes, "Get up, Luigi. Let's go, you piece of shit." What's up with Lenore? That grind mentality has really gotten to her head.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. She's in a Rumble, so she doesn't want to be looked any down upon by anybody at all. She's got to keep that momentum strong. So
absolutely, and these two went back and forth for the next several minutes, of course. Right in the middle of this matchup, Jack Saban jumps off the ropes and hits a missile drop kick that sent Lenore crashing to the other side to the outside.
Oh boy!
As he looks over, he sets up. He runs, bounces off, and jumps over the ropes and catches her for a tornado DDT. But as he went to go swing, Lenore dropped down, picked him up for a suplex.
Damn, girl.
I don't know what's up with her. As a referee,
she's got that championship mentality going now.
She referees already at the count of 4. She gets back in the ring, breaks up the count, grabs Jack Saban, throws him back in the ring. She goes to the top rope, and she hits a swanton bomb.
Damn.
Goes for a first cover. 1, 2, kick out. But, Lenore being Lenore, she's yelling at the referee.
Of course.
And as she's yelling at the referee, Jack Saban jumps off the ropes and hits a Cody Rhodes kick right to her face.
Good old disaster kick, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now he's coming down to the end of this matchup, okay? Because he's just taunting the crowd. They're booing him. They don't care for Jack Saban. They tell him he sucks.
Think about it. We're in Dallas, so those boos are loud.
Yes, they are.
Very loud.
But you heard how you see how much they cheered when they saw Shawn Jackson.
And they're going to be cheering for their boy Brooks here pretty soon too. I mean, it's probably going to be a super huge ovation for that.
Oh, absolutely. But
because Shawn Jackson's from Austin, and then Brooks is from right here in Dallas. So.
Yes, but as you saw, Jack Saban was setting up for the Prince of Puerto Rico. And as he was setting up for it, it got reversed. She hits the Nevermore. 1, 2, 3. Lenore Len is going on to the finals.
Woo.
Of course, the Pigman Scabs is in attendance tonight. He is. Let's look at the comments. They are going tonight. Phoenix. Let's look at the show. The comments are going tonight, and I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too.
Every bit of it. But let's get to the next matchup. It's the next Evolution Championship Tournament semifinal match. Tyler Stone taking on Evil Heart. And listen, I didn't expect this outcome to actually happen. But right in the beginning, Evil Heart, being who she is, being that crazy little lunatic that she tries to be. But
keyword tries.
Tyler Stone is not having it, and he headbutts her right in the chest.
Bro.
Oh, I heard that smack.
Tyler is just a different. I'll say it. He's a different breed now. Ever since that compound match, dude. Like nothing has changed since then.
As you can see, she's holding her chest. Tyler Stone just hits a wing clipper
Okay.
1, 2, picks her head up. And for the next several minutes, he's just toying with her. But Tyler Stone put Evil Heart in a tree of woe. Okay. Goes to the other corner. And see, he was running to go charge for a diving headbutt. Evil Heart picked herself up. And she hits the evil stomp from the top rope. But, of course, she's out of breath. She has to crawl over. 1, 2, Tyler Stone kicked out. Tyler Stone kicked out. Next several minutes, Evil Heart is going on the attack on Tyler Stone. And she's getting all her offense in. Coming down to the end of this 13-minute matchup right here. Tyler Stone and Evil Heart are in the middle of the ring, trading lefts and rights. Crowd going nuts right now. Tyler Stone, what's he do? He rakes the eyes of Evil Heart, hits another wing clipper. 1, 2, 3. And Tyler Stone is going on to the finals to take on Lenore Len for the vacant Evolution Championship.
Holy shit.
At Mayday.
That's going to be killer, dude.
And Phoenix Jackson, don't forget to write this down because that match is going to be a co-main event.
Yeah.
How about we make it a little interesting? Light tube death match.
Oh, that's
Jesus, yes.
I love it.
Well, it's official. But before we get down to the next match, let's take a quick commercial break.
The following video is an endorsement by Reagan's Brand Entertainment.
I want a butterscotch toffee, asshole. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. This is the worst quote.
That's what she said.
Do you know who's in the house tonight, Cody Cash?
Who?
Your favorite guy, L. Boner, has a boner for Tyler Stone.
Why would he be my favorite person? I already hate Chocolate Delight as it is. I don't need another one.
By the way, L. Boner sticks light tubes up the butt. Okay.
I don't even want to imagine that. That's gotta hurt. Oh.
But all I gotta say is, are you ready for next week with the Rumble?
Yeah, dude. Woo!
I am ecstatic for it.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. I've always wanted to watch an IW Rumble, and I get to. I'm excited.
I know. I cannot be any more excited than I am right now. This is insane.
Yes, this is definitely insane. But speaking of insane, let's get to the next matchup. It is Billy Gore making his return here to CEWA. And he's taking on the Surfing Stoner of CEWA. And that would be Mr. Chris Wolf. Now, this matchup was, and I say was, my favorite saying, a one-sided match.
Yeah, it was.
Billy Gore did not let up. The referee had to countless times to tell Billy Gore, I will disqualify if you keep doing that. So for the next several minutes, Billy Gore, of course, what does he do? He hits the clam slam. I don't know what kind of finisher that is, but he gets the 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Okay.
Quick work by Billy Gore. I mean, that Billy Gore has something to say. He said, listen up, everybody. I am back, and I don't give a damn who gets in my way. I'm going for gold. So if anyone has gold that they want to give to me, step the hell up because I want some. Whoa, Billy Gordon throwing out a challenge to anyone who's a champion. Wow. But let's get to this next match, and if we're gonna go around the room with this one. This is a grudge match here
Oh dear God.
between Ed Coop and Darius Jones. Now, this match basically there's no weapons are allowed. It's a grudge match. You can do anything, go anywhere. Kind of grudge match.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna ask you, Cody Cash, who and why?
One thing about Ed Coop, when he holds a grudge, he doesn't let up at all. And to fight somebody like Darius Jones, who has been, he basically does the same thing. Like, he doesn't let up whenever he wants to go for something. I mean, he will literally, as we've seen, and I've had to report to several different instances, if he wants to, the man will literally break into your house. And
He's done it before.
He's done it twice, and I'm tired of it. Eventually, he's going to get a restraining order, and then he'll have to pay. But anyway.
Yes.
But, I mean, with everything going on lately, I know how badly, whenever it comes to chances of, no rules, anything could happen, like Darius Jones, he will capitalize on that. The only issue I have with that is what's been going on with the family, with Legion and Cyrus, causing all this mess between the two. And I honestly don't think Darius has been in the right mindset. I mean, he's trying to forget about it. He's trying to move on, but Cyrus just keeps finding ways to mess with him. So I honestly think Ed Coop's going to win this just for that reason alone.
Phoenix Jackson.
These two have been fighting each other for the longest of times, and these two hate each other so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ed Coop versus Darius Jones is going to be bloody, it's going to be brutal, and it's going to be one hell of a fight. But I got to give it to Ed Coop.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Ed's last target from the culling, taking him back out in December. Remember that?
Yeah.
The culling were the ones that took him out. I mean, Ed Coop was in the hospital for a while. What? A punched larynx?
Something like that, yeah.
Kyle Lynch, if you have the report, if you remember the report of what was down with Ed Coop at that time. But let's get to this matchup.
To backtrack just a little bit, I also have an announcement to make. And it regards the match that we just made recently.
Yes.
So, with the addition of merging the companies, there also comes the merging of championships. And we've talked about that before, that championships will merge. So, the finals of that match, yes, it's for the Evolution Championship, but it's actually going to be the evolved version of that championship. So, the finals of this championship match, it will be for the Evolution Championship as the tournament described, but the winner will receive the brand new inaugural CEWA Dynasty Championship.
Oh, yes.
And it will look fancy on whoever I mean, obviously, I feel like, Lenore Lynn will take care of it more than Tyler Stone will. I mean, if Tyler Stone carries that thing around, he's probably going to be missing side plates. The jewels are going to be popping out because he uses it too much and hits his head on it. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable giving Tyler Stone a title because he will actually probably break it. And that's just that's all I say. I don't know.
By the way, the culling took him out, and Cyrus cracked the back of his head open with Hank the Axe and put him in a coma.
I forgot. Ed Coop was the victim of possible axe murder. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yes. But let's get to this matchup right here. Okay, these two have hatred for each other, like you said, Phoenix.
100%.
Okay,
Mhm.
now while these two in the beginning, they go to the outside right away and start pulling out weapons. They just start pulling out weapons and throwing them in the ring. While they're doing that, Darius Jones, they didn't see him dive right through the ropes and hit a suicide dive onto Ed Coop. Ooh.
Woo.
Ed Coop better pay attention. Get the locker room in here. But, of course, you have Darius hitting that suicide dive.
Mm.
He takes a kendo stick and he's going like this with it, and he cracks the back of Ed Coop.
Mm-mm.
And Ed Coop is just agonizing in pain while that's happening. Of course, more shots to the back. He keeps going and going and going. Darius goes under the ring, even though his weapon's on the side of him. He goes under the ring and grabs a table. But this crowd right here, he said, oh, fuck you, put the table right back.
Huh.
He grabs a steel chair. And, of course, he turns around. Ed Coop takes a barbed-wired baseball bat and hits him in the stomach.
Oh, golly.
God. And, of course, you can see Darius spitting out blood.
Mm.
Ooh. Oh, already I might have internal bleeding. We have to have Dr. Booker check on him.
Yeah, he will, for sure.
But, for the next several minutes, Ed Coop just using any weapon he could think of just to use on Darius to keep him down. He goes in the middle of the matchup. He goes under the ring, pulls out 2 tables. And what's he do? He just takes the steel steps, puts it in the ring, goes underneath, and he's just smiling.
Oh, dear.
He just pulled out a gas can.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
As he's pouring it on there, right? He's pouring out all that gas on there. Ed Coop doesn't see Darius behind him. Hits him from the back. Darius gets him inside the ring. Starts stomping away. I'm in the corner. Really going at him. And the referee's like, I can't do nothing. It's a grudge match. The hell do you want me to do?
He can't do shit.
No. So Darius stops what he's doing. Ed Coop's crawling. Now, mind you, the steel steps are in the ring. They're split apart.
Yeah.
Darius just jumps and hits the collapse on the steel steps of Ed Coop's head.
Mm.
What does Darius do? He goes to the outside and he lights that table on fire.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Gets back in the ring, sets the stairs back together, takes Ed Coop and power bombs him through the fire.
Jesus.
God. And listen to this crowd. You sick fuck. You sick fuck.
Yeah.
And of course, you have the fire extinguishers going off to get rid of the rest of the fire that's on Ed Coop because he is burning. Oh my God. They got to put water on him right now. They're going to put water on Ed Coop.
Yeah, they're using the fire extinguisher. They're pouring gallons of water on him. Dude,
Yeah. He is burnt. But, of course, Darius is in the ring smiling. As, of course, he goes to the outside, grabs that barbed wire baseball bat, hits it over the head of Ed Coop, and Ed Coop is busted open. For the next several minutes, they're brawling back and forth all the way to the back. Ed Coop low blows Darius a taste of his own medicine. and he just looks on the side. He opens up the electrical box.
Oh.
And he just shoves Darius in there, shuts it, and he goes, "Let's go for a ride, bitch!"
Oh, shit.
He runs it off the dock
Golly.
and right into the parking lot.
Mm.
And of course, Ed
And
Coop
he
goes down-
came spilling out of there too. Like the second
Yeah.
that crate hit the ground, he just
His body flopped like a GTA character.
good lord. That was straight ragdoll physics right there.
Yes, it was. Ed Coop goes down, right? He grabs Darius and puts him on top of that glass hood. Oh, what the hell? And he just hits the Koopa Troopa and they both go through it.
Damn.
Oh. Oh.
I'm wondering if that's some glass for Tyler Stone versus Brother Ryan at the Rumble later.
Oh, no problem, Tim Cyphers. But yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
But of course, referee opens that limousine door. Now, mind you, that's the same limousine that Shawn Jackson and Marshall Owens came in.
Oh God, I'm glad Marshall's not here because he would probably be pissed about it.
So the referee, you hear 1, 2, 3, and the referee moves back, and we don't see anything going on right now. And that's Ed Coop crawling out. Ed Coop is the winner of this grudge match. Wow.
Oh shit.
I can't believe what just transpired.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't like this. Oh no.
He's
What
here.
happened?
So as we're seeing it right now, I mean, you know, he crawled out of that limousine. He's still bleeding. You know, he gets tended to for a second, but obviously, you know, Ed Coop being Ed Coop, he's like, I'm fine. Just back off. And of course, Dr. Booga's like, all right, you're the man. So he gets up. He looks at the damage because, you know, you just see it's like a crime scene. You just see Darius Jones' arm out of the limousine window just like this. Like it's just hanging out of there like he's
Bleeding.
dead. He's obviously not, but he looks like he is. Anyway, so Ed is like, you know, groggy and wobbling around trying to keep himself on his toes.
All right, Sean, I'll pay you the bill. Don't worry. Apologies.
Oh, dear God.
Sending us the bill.
They got more money for it anyways now that the merger happened. So I mean,
Yeah,
we got a huge bonus too, so we're good. But
it was huge.
Ed, like, I was worried about this was gonna happen. Ed, like, is, you know, he's groggy, he's wobbling around trying to keep his footing. He's looking at the damage. He's not really looking around. He's just focused on what he just did. He's smiling about it. Well, then he bumps into somebody.
What the hell?
He turns around. Camera pans back. And it's his favorite guy. He said, I mean, of course, he said, or at least Kyle said, that this was the last member of the Culling to Target. There's still one left. And it was Legion.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus.
And Coop didn't have any time to react at all. He got a good old slap on the throat and got choke slammed on the concrete.
Oh.
And then Legion, you know, he's in his gear because he's got a match later tonight, obviously,
yes,
against Shawn Jackson. So he's got his gear on, so he just like almost like a doctor getting ready for a surgery. He just pops that glove, smirks at him, and just walks off.
Damn.
But then, because I'm getting word from the production truck that we have something, he said, that's not all that's coming. And then we were given a video to play that had something to do with a countdown. I don't know.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Okay, cool.
Here we go. Long and Paradise. No!
Oh, shit.
whoa,
Oh my God!
shit.
36 days? Oh, I know what day that is. Oh, shit.
No, it can't be.
Oh, my God.
is listen to that clock still
I
ticking.
hate that clock, dude.
Oh, makes me think of I'm watching Peter Pan or Hook.
That's the
Oh
that's the
God.
thing. Like, it's gonna keep ticking until that day, But
Oh,
as I do my research, in 36 days, that's our June pay-per-view.
oh, WrestleVersary.
So you're telling me Haven's debuting at WrestleVersary? Oh my god.
Oh, damn.
The roster better look out because I would not face her. I'm scared. I'm terrified of her.
I mean,
Yes.
respectfully, please don't kill me.
Watch what
Respectfully,
you say, you're Cody. You don't need to die.
all she's been doing is sitting at that throne, giving you the most judgy looks in the business, and she's still scary. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
maybe this countdown meant something because that explains why I think she finally got tired of sitting. Because you remember on the final show of CEW, Johnny Newhaven's favorite person, Misty, got choked the hell out by her. So
Yeah.
I think she's starting to do some. I think she's starting to get ready to do more than just sit.
I wouldn't. Tim Cyphers. Even though you're getting the week off, I still wouldn't say yawn when it comes to Haven. You're screwed.
No.
Yeah, don't.
But
You want to die.
I swear to God, he's gonna be the next Legion meal. Oh shit.
After all that, let's cut to a commercial break.
Try one finger at a time.
Yum.
2 fingers.
Okay.
And then, if everybody's cool with it, work up to 3.
No, two's good. For now.
I'll take what I can get.
Finger blasting is fun with friends.
But if my friends aren't around, I'll just finger blast myself.
Nice!
Ugh.
And of course, Mr. Americano would always say, "Finger blast responsibly." Tim Cyphers, I wouldn't say meh.
You're wanting to die.
You want a week off,
I
but you
mean,
want him to die. Make up your
And
mind.
people call me biased. So
Should I fucking just tell the story right now? What happened to me when I faced Legion?
Yeah, you should.
I was blind for a month. I had to beg for forgiveness.
Yeah.
So I would not fucking troll or say meh to someone that follows in Legion's footsteps and teaching from Legion.
Exactly. I mean,
Yes.
maybe stop being meh first before you say it. But hey, that's just me.
Right. But all right, guys, let's get to this next matchup. In Cody Cash, this is a Texas Bull Rope match.
You get into some Texas shit. Woo!
And surprise, surprise, how much I know you love these kind of matches. You can call this one.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, awesome. I love this. I love Texas shit. So,
of course.
Okay.
We have Great Divine taking on No Mask KC.
Mm-hmm. So, this match was good. I mean, obviously, the Texas crowd, anything that has to do, if it's a Texas bull rope, Texas death match, anything that just spirals into some Texas nonsense, we're all here for it.
Oh, yeah. But by the way, Cody Cash, do you hear that nonsense? You're not gonna like the crowd. They're chanting, "Where is chocolate?"
I'm hoping he's melted by now, but whatever. Anyway, so they're both in the ring. The referee, he makes sure that absolutely monstrosity of a Texas bull rope is, fastened on. It's got that giant heavy cowbell in the middle. I mean, once that gets used, it's over, man. We're going to likely see concussions and something. I don't know. But, I mean, these two, they got roped up. They're tugging on it like tug of war, just kind of getting the feel of it. Well, then when the match starts, I mean, they both just start teeing off at each other, trading shots back and forth. Well, then, KC getting that good old luchador offense. You know, he's kicking him in the leg. You know, he's doing all these like arm drags and hurricane ranas and all this stuff. And I mean, you know, you got to be careful when you do stuff like that because I mean, if you do all these high flying flippy stuff, you're gonna get tangled up in that thing. And
Well, yeah,
it's gonna hurt.
absolutely.
So, but I mean, obviously, I think KC practiced
the way-
enough to where he was
by the
doing
way,
his thing.
The fans were booing you after you said that comment about Chocolate Delight.
Go ahead. I still beat him, so you can't say nothing. Anyway, my one match that I ever had, I made Chocolate Delight look like a sorry person. So he ain't shit anymore compared to if a commentator can beat his ass.
You know what?
He ain't shit.
You know what? Since Chocolate Delight wants to talk, okay, I have a good idea, Cody Cash. You might like this. I know they're having their problems, but the first heat after May Day, it's going to be the House of Jones in a 3-on-1 handicap match against Chocolate Delight.
Oh boy,
that's good. Look,
I'm curious on how it's going to go.
I know they have problems. I know they have problems, but I remember we were talking about that kind of, House of Jones. Even though they're hating each other right now, we need to do something with them. And we came up with the idea a while back. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Yes.
I feel like they work together with the.
I've seen some of their matches on the indies where they've had moments. Like, I've seen a lot of their tapes where they have fought each other a bunch. But then when they're put in a tag match, it's like nothing's wrong. Like, they'll just be like, all right, well, if this is how we're going to get our anger out, then fine. So, if anything, they're just going to toy with the man, and then they'll just be done when they're done. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely. But continue away.
But, so like I was saying, KC was doing that luchador stuff, and he was flipping around, getting Great Divine in a good deal. And then there was one point where the Texas Bull Rope got used in a very clever way because, I mean, we saw KC was trying to go for like this Ray Phoenix style move where he got right on the top rope. He's walking that thing like tightrope style. But then Great Divine just looks up and goes, really? And just yank, pulls him down. And as Casey is falling like just like pencil, just like whee, like a stack of bricks. I mean, he's falling face first in midair. Great Divine hits a drop kick and just catches Casey right in the throat. It was nasty.
By the way, they're booing us right now for that match we made. I don't care. I don't care.
You're all gonna love it. Shut up.
Right?
I mean, look. I mean, there's half of these people are gonna be wearing House of Jones merch by then. So what are they booing me for? They're gonna be wearing the merch.
Of course.
Anyway, but Great Divine finally got some offense in, and they went back and forth for about 15 minutes. Well, then coming down to the end of it, KC was trying to go for one of his signature moves, but it got reversed. Once again, the Texas Bull Rope got used, but it got to the part that I mentioned earlier, because with enough leverage in between the rope, at one point, as KC was about to go for a frog splash, Great Divine grabbed that cowbell, hit it under his arm, and right as KC was about to land, Great Divine held it up in front of his chest. He got ribs first on that cowbell.
Oh, what a sacrifice!
And then it was almost like the Goldberg Bret Hart spear moment where it was an iron plate, but this time it was a cowbell right to the gut. But KC, he's doubled over. He's coughing because he just got all that wind taken out of him. Well, then Great Divine hits the divine intervention and decides, he gets booed for this because it was booed and cheered because Texans love this shit.
Right.
Great Divine decided to do this just for no reason at all. He hog ties KC, rolls him on his back, just falls over him, 1, 2, 3, and there was no way Casey could even move, so he couldn't even get his shoulders up because he was tied so dark. He was tied down. I thought that was awesome, though. But I mean,
yes,
yeah,
wow,
congratulations, congrats to Great Divine. That was clever. I love that.
That was very clever, very clever, very clever indeed. But let's take it away with a little quick sponsor of the night.
Hola, it's Pedro. Try my chicken and tacos.
That is right, Pedro's Chicken and Tacos. Of course, there's a supply of chicken.
Also, Texas Steel, you son of a bitch. Tell your sister. He can go piece up a rope. That ain't my baby. Fuck that bitch.
But of course, Pedro's Chicken and Tacos. And mind you, by the way, we got him a brand new taco truck. It's a double wide. Yeah, it's a double wide.
Yeah. So we got. I also got him a couple more extra equipment in his truck too,
which is good. I'm glad. Thank you for helping me with that. But Pedro's Chicken and Tacos is very delicious. I love it. And we don't tell. We don't tell anyone about his sister. Texas Steel. But of course, let's get to this next matchup. It is a no disqualification match. It is Devastation taking on B3.
Big boys.
Now, as you can hear the crowd is going nuts right now. Before these guys are even throwing in your hands. And as usual, as everyone always say with this kind of match, it's big meaty men slapping meat. Of course. And these go right in the beginning of the match. These two are trading blows left and right. And while they're doing that, of course, Devastation going full Kevin Nash in the beginning with those knees in the corner.
Yikes.
Just don't tear your quad.
Yeah, please don't.
But by the way, we're also sponsored by Prodigy's Predictions.
Yeah.
Is also sponsored by Pedro's Chicken and Tacos.
And Collins Insurance.
We also got Collins Insurance, of course. But, of course, Devastation. He Irish whips B3 right in the other side. And he hits a corner splash. But B3 moved at the last second.
Mm-hmm.
And as that happened, B3 runs off the ropes and hits a test-size boot to the face of Devastation. But, next several minutes, of course, B3 getting that advantage. He goes to the outside. He grabs some weapons, brings them in. Now, he is a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
He sets up a trash can in the corner.
Uh-oh.
Now, he looks like he's ready to go for a coast-to-coast, but Devastation got up and threw the trash can at him and hit him right in the head, like when Stone Cold threw it at Billy Gunn.
I will be right back.
That trash can bent like paper, too. Good Lord.
Yeah, it did. And, mind you, when that happened, okay, of course, B3 still sitting on the top turnbuckle. Devastation hits a left kick right to the dome piece of B3, and he went to the outside.
Yikes.
So next several minutes, of course, Devastation gets on the attack. Using weapons. He pulls out a table. And of course, what's he do? He's setting it on top of the Spanish announce table.
Mm-hmm.
He removed everything and set it up top of there. I don't know why. He grabs a ladder. A 16-foot ladder, of course.
Good Lord.
And he's going up at B3 as he's fighting him up there. They get to as you can see at the top, B3, they're fighting back and forth.
Oh, dear.
B3 rakes the eyes. He raked the eyes of Devastation. And what happens?
Uh-oh.
B3 takes him by the throat and throws him off. And Devastation went through both tables.
Good Lord.
Oh, but B3 wasn't done. He climbs to the top of it, and the referee is a hole in the bottom of the ladder. He just does a Ultimate Warrior splash off the top of the ladder.
16 feet of B3, bro. That's nuts.
That is nuts what just happened. Okay.
We got to make sure he didn't just die, because that's a lot of man for 16 feet in the air.
Yeah, and of course that just happens. Referees, they're checking on, they're good. Now, mind you, no disqualification, so you can't really lose by count out.
Right.
It has to be by pinfall or submission. So, of course, B3, he's finally showing signs of life. So is Devastation. And they get back in the ring, both of them. They're just now trading more lefts and rights. Coming down to the end of the matchup right here, B3 had the B3 bomb ready. He had it ready set up. But as he picked him up, Devastation got him in a Hell's Gate.
Oh, dear God.
Right? So, of course, B3 just hit him with one power bomb. He's not letting go. Does the B3 bomb, and Devastation still ain't letting go.
Mm-hmm.
As they're laid out right there, what happens? B3 just passes out. The referee grabs the arm. 1, 2, and 3. And referee calls for the bell.
Oh,
Jesus. Looks like David Jones stopped by to say hello. What's up, David?
Hey, yo.
Looks like you're having technical difficulties on your own with your camera.
I just got to make sure that I got to update our production, because there's a couple things that I remember that we got to do. So,
yes,
I'm making sure things are set.
But congratulations to Devastation on making him tap out. I mean, pass out. Sorry. I mean, congratulations to him. Devastation's a big dude. But for B3,
yes. Okay.
now for a second. Yes. Alrighty then. Let me get that. I got your production video. So I'm just uploading it right now. So we have that ready to.
So yeah, and then while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and take this over for this match, because this one was quick.
This one was quick.
It was Tay Evans versus Johnny Newhaven. Woo-wee. So, from our perspective and from what we've been watching lately, as far as we know, before deadline today, Tay Evans only went to the gym once.
Yes.
So that was not good. You are, I'm going to say this, I mean, I've done it 2 times in a row. You're at least, I wanted to call you a pine cone tonight, but you're Tay Evans,
you know what?
And I don't, you're Tay Evans, and I already don't like you, so you don't even need one. I just don't. Anyway.
Should we play it? Should we just play it for him?
Screw it, do it. I don't care.
I could love it so much.
You're a pine cone, and I hate you. Anyway, so you're a spooky pine cone too. But, I mean, this match was probably not even 8 minutes long. Like, I mean, they both got to the ring. And then Johnny Newhaven, he was getting his bearings about him, he knew this match was going to be a walk. So he's just, bouncing himself off the ropes. He's stretching, he's looking at Tay Evans, who's just ready to go. But he's like, hey, hold on. Chill out. Step back. I'm not ready yet. And then eventually the referee is like, all right, let's go. Come on. So then Johnny's like, all right, just 1 second. Tay Evans is like, I'm done. Screw this. So he starts walking over to Johnny, and Johnny Newhaven just hits a Pele kick out of nowhere. He's like, bro, what did I just say? I'm not done. I'm not ready yet. And just starts trash talking Tay Evans. Like, he's beating the crap out of him. He even takes some breaks in between the 8 minutes of this match just to yell at his escort, just like, "Hey,
he's always
stay
yelling
there
at
and
the
look
escort,
pretty."
though.
I mean,
He's always yelling at the escort.
Yeah, I mean,
make him a fucking sandwich.
I don't know. She's in the middle of making one, and he's telling her to hurry up. You know, like, and but then again, like, how would you have time to make a sandwich while you're ringside? Anyway, I'm not going to question it.
I don't know.
But I mean, eventually, he finishes yelling at her, then turns around. Tay Evans is groggy. He's trying to get his wits about him, but it's not enough because then Johnny New Haven drops him with his finisher, and then takes the sandwich that has just been made, takes a bite out of it, and just starts eating it while he's just like laid on his back with the leg hooked. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't give a shit. He's just eating this sandwich, pinning a guy. Oh man. But yeah,
what happened after
Johnny
was crazy.
But oh, dude. So that happened, right? So everybody's having a good laugh about that. Whatever it is. So Johnny, he's finishing his sandwich. He's talking to his escort. He's leaving the ring. Tay Evans, he's getting up. He's all rocked from that finisher and, trying to be like, whoa, man, that was fast. Well, as he's getting up, the lights flickered a little bit. We're kind of like,
no.
That was weird. Well, then all of a sudden, right next to his right foot, a giant, meaty hand, rips out of the ring, grabs him by the ankle, and drags him in the hole.
Jesus! What the hell is that?
Then there's like a struggle under the ring. Well, then all of a sudden we see somebody dragging somebody, and it's Cyrus.
What the hell?
Cyrus is like struggling. He's he's slipping out from underneath the ring, and he pulls Tay Evans out with him. And Tay Evans, he's like he's like clawing at the stage. He's like, he's yelling for help, and Cyrus is even yelling for help to mock him. He's like, help, 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 and he's just pulling him. Well, then eventually, he just grabs Tay Evans by the neck and just lifts him up like a hitchhiker, puts him all to his shoulder, walks through the side of the curtain where Gorilla is.
The hell?
Walks all the way to this super old beat up pickup truck, throws him in the back, and he drives off with Tay Evans.
He just kidnapped him.
He just
kidnapped a grown man.
Out, and we see Darius Jones running after him like, what the fuck? What the hell are you doing? But he didn't catch up to him in time. He was already peeling out of there. So we just witnessed a kidnapping, a nonchalant kidnapping. I don't know what we're going to do about that, but...
I don't know, but look who's here in time. From VT Dub, Miss T.
Hello.
Oh, perfect
Miss
time.
T,
What we got next?
Yes, let's just say what just transpired.
All I say, I am sorry for being late because, again, June's around the corner.
Yep. Think about it. I mean, technically you're fine because you just missed a kidnapping, so you didn't have to watch that. But it's fine.
By the way, breaking news from Kyle Lynch. I just had to run Misty out of the building. Caught her giving Hummers to every Dallas Maverick in Cole's office. Thank you, buddy.
Oh dear. Oh.
But
let's talk about this next segment here because. Did y'all catch the social media post between Brooks and Token?
That was unordinary.
That was a tense conversation. And I mean, basically, Token was like, "Yo, whatever's going on with you right now, you need to fix it because I don't like it. I don't think this is you anymore." He even just straight up said, "You're not even Kurt Brooks. You're just a guy."
Yes.
And the amount of times Brooks wanted to get in his face, but then he was like, "You're right." He kind of held himself back because he's been kind of all sorts of. Well, then we got to the part where Token was like, you got to lock in, you got to fix this. I want the real Kurt Brooks back. He even straight up dropped his old nickname, the freaking Urban Legend, which I haven't heard that name in 9 years either.
Damn,
It's been a
that's
while.
new to that's new to me.
Last time I heard it was back in what
2019.
2019.
Yeah, that was back when he was like an indie entity. Like he was just going, like he was basically doing exactly what everything that Token said.
Like what early Cryptic era.
That was very prime crypt. That was very prime TCO era too. And,
oh boy.
And and basically, just to Token's credit, he was right. If you even looked at Brooks wrong, if you even breathed in his direction when he didn't want you to, he laid you out. And I wondered if this was gonna, affect that, because whoever accepts this challenge, because we're about to find out this deathmatch open contract thing.
Yep.
Could either be the way he can put that to use, or it's just a waste of his time and he's just like, okay, some idiot just signed the contract, now I got to kill this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so as far as I know, we're about to find out. So, I don't know who's gonna sign this thing, right. But I'm excited. I'm excited.
All
man.
right.
We get a deathmatch championship match.
Woo!
Let's see what Brooks.
Hold on, we got something in the comments. It said, "Souls, you let this happen to our leader. Hell is upon EWA. Life flickers and around the office."
Oh, great.
Okay. Well, let's see what
some Temu Paranormal Activity shit.
Yes, let's see what Brooks had to say.
Let's go.
Dallas, Texas. We all know why I'm here. It was announced
he looks good. He looks
so
good.
I'm not going to take any more time, and I want it done tonight, properly.
Uh-oh.
One signature, one match. That's all it is. So,
let's see who's going to do it.
Who wants it?
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
What the hell? Shane Garrison.
He's not even impressed. He's like, all right.
What the hell?
Oh, shit.
What? Who the... Oh, my God!
Oh, my God.
Oh, my...
Do it.
God. Do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Knox. Wow,
Ladies
love the
and
song.
gentlemen, so, apparently it's going to be Knox versus Brooks for the Deathmatch Championship at Mayday. Oh, shit.
What?
But, we got to do the tradition. Spin the wheel, baby.
Let's spin the wheel. What's going to land on? This is the wheel of death. And on. Good God, it's a blood sport rules match.
They're gonna murder each other. Oh my God.
Good fucking grief.
And ladies and gentlemen, as far as I know, we already got a poster made. Look at this, man.
Oh my God. I can't believe that. That is going to be one hell of a fucking match.
I'm
Rules
pretty
match.
sure production sent you the poster, so we need to take a look at this. This is beautiful.
Yes, Liz, I want to take a look at this myself because this poster is very beautiful. I might add, but let's get it. Oh, I got it right here, sir. We got to
The
go.
production truck is slowed in molasses.
Hey, quiet you.
Serious.
Quiet, Jewel. Because it's right here. You're gonna see the poster we have.
Come on.
For
Let's
this.
go.
Look at that.
Good. Look at that, man.
Look at that.
At May Day for the Deathmatch Championship, these two are gonna freaking go to war in a blood sport match. Oh my God.
Yes, absolutely. Miss Americana's chanting for Brooks. You hear the crowd chanting for Knox. Look at that. This is beautiful. Look how angry both of them are. They are going to legit hurt each other in this matchup.
100% true.
Oh. Even though it took a while, it was still worth it. But Phoenix, what do you think about Knox stepping up?
Bloodsport. He said murder each other. That's an understatement. It's going to be a fucking slaughter between each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you think about the brutal nature of Knox already. Like the dude loves that shit.
Yeah.
But then again,
so does Brooks.
Brooks is the epitome of deathmatch because he has that. He's had that championship in his possession for years, and he's finally, and it just got contractually used on the show. So now he's got to defend it with his life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's take it away with a little quick commercial break.
Hello. I'm here to tell you about a revolutionary new product called Cumdon. What exactly is Cumdon? Well, Cumdon is an ancient Indian herbal and well-being tonic. Reformulated and tested for safety by NASA astronauts, I think it's safe to say there's never been a better time to get Cumdon. But don't take my word for it.
Getting Cumdon makes you smarter. It makes you faster, it makes you lose weight, it makes you more aggressive.
And get Cumdon.
I hope that you get Cumdon. I hope that everyone you love gets Cumdon. And I'm going to keep getting Cumdon.
I don't want to come on her. No, thank you.
This product.
Or I want to jizz in. Ew, why him? Why him?
I hate those noises so much.
That is the sweet, salty
It haunts my dreams every time I hear it.
Of happiness.
It haunts my dreams.
I still don't know what that means. What the hell
during
is
this limited time offer, the first
happiness?
50 callers will get
I don't
an
know.
amazing new
Provocative.
product called Jizzed In. Call now. Get Cumdon. Get Jizzed In. What are you waiting for?
We got Cumdon and
waiting for this commercial to be over. That's what I'm waiting for. I will not call that number. Thank you.
Phoenix Y. Phoenix Y. Why?
I think that was probably what started Tyler Stone's downfall and craziness. Having to do with Rockstar.
Probably. But let's get to the next matchup. It's the co-main event. Tell the locker room to get out here for the co-main event.
Yeah.
Let them know it is time. Miss T or Phoenix, let their locker room know it is time for co-main event. It is a fatal four-way match.
What? Wait.
I said Miss T.
No, I thought you said something else.
No, I did not, actually. I said Miss T.
No, I thought you said, I just said co-main.
I said it's time for the No, I said it's the co-main event. It is a fatal four-way.
I don't know why my brain thought of something else, but hanging around with Pedro too much.
Yeah, it happens. But anyways,
he put something in your tacos, probably.
That's probably what it is. You're probably having some good stuff in that in those tacos.
Or maybe it's a taco with. Maybe she hasn't had one and it's a taco withdrawal. I don't know.
Or taco some extra mayo.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, it is Zach Sanity taking on Scabs, taking on Cyrus, who just kidnapped somebody. By the way, if we get video, there was more video at the shed, by the way.
Yeah.
And Darius caught up to him. Darius came to the shed and saw Tay Evans with a bag over his head.
Bro, that's what the hell?
But as you can see, the camera gets knocked down, and all you see is someone struggling. As Cyrus grabs the camera himself, and you just sees pouring dirt on the bagged head of Darius.
Damn.
Brother,
I feel like I'm watching Sinister, dude. That's crazy.
I don't know,
some
but
analog horror shit.
And of course, here comes Brother Moses. Mind you, Cyrus is not even in the ring yet.
Nope.
Brother Moses is coming down. His music, the crowd's going nuts. Cyrus just throat chops him before he could get in the ring. Referee rang the bell, and all four of them just went at each other. You know, at first, Zach Sanity had an upper hand. Scabs had an upper hand. Cyrus had an upper hand. So did Brother Moses. All these guys were just going back and forth. In the middle of the matchup, Scabs, Zach Sanity, and Brother Moses teamed up on Cyrus. They were able to bring the big man down, throw him to the outside. So those three then started fighting each other. While they were fighting each other, you know, and while they were fighting, of course, Scabs hit the last laugh on Zach Sanity.
Nice.
1, 2, Brother Moses pulls the leg.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Brother Moses pulls the leg. He goes for the cover. 1, 2. What happens? Scabs does the same thing. So these two stop fighting each other. Zach Sanity goes to the top rope. They don't see him. And he hits a missile drop kick to both of them.
Oh, shit.
He's celebrating the ring like he's going to win this matchup. What happens? Cyrus is right behind him.
Uh-oh.
And he's got a rag with some chloroform. And he is putting him to sleep.
Might see another kidnapping. I don't know.
He takes Zach Sanity, throws him to the outside. Those two are brawling. Now, mind you, Scabs and Moses. So Brother Moses took Scabs and threw him into the steel steps head first. Cyrus goes, "Come on, big boy." And Brother Moses goes charging and gets hit with the unwanted right away. 1, 2, and that good old 3. Put the book down. But Miss Turner, what do you think of Cyrus getting a pin here on
Again, Cyrus is on a war path. And he continuing with it, and now we can see it more next whatever we get done when he get on Chocolate Delight. So this is basically a tasting offering for what happens.
Yep.
Yeah. But
I think, and you know, if it's gonna get to a point where there's kidnapping people that are close to each other, I think there's a way that we should settle this. And I think I know exactly how.
How?
I think at Mayday, we need to see round 2 of this family soap opera. I think we need to see Cyrus versus Darius Jones.
Ooh.
But I liked what happened for a second because, you know, I'm a obviously scary movie fan. Hello.
Of course.
So I'm gonna do a little tribute to somebody else that I know that does that has things happen in creepy places. Sorry, Phoenix, I know. But we're gonna see it from a different perspective because I think We need to see Cyrus versus Darius Jones at the House of Jones.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn. This is a first right here for EWA. CEWA. Sorry, I'm just getting used to it. Aren't you, Phoenix?
Yes. I've said...
It's not our fault. It's that new brand smell. So, I mean, it gets to us pretty fast.
Yeah, it does. But let's get
Hey,
to
it
the
smells
next
good.
matchup right here. Guys, this is the first main event of the night. It is a championship showcase match. This is a rematch from last month's pay-per-view in April between Sam Black and James Park.
Ooh, nice.
Now, mind you, you have Sam Black, who is the CEW version champion of what title does she have for CEW, Phoenix?
Legacy.
That is right, the Legacy Championship, and of course, we have the television champion of James Park. And this matchup right here was a brawl.
It was.
It was a brawl. These two went at it like you wouldn't believe. It was like raining cats and dogs with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I know James Park has Coxman, Robbie Cutthroat on his mind. And I know Sam Black, she has the Rumble to deal with. Is she part of that Rumble?
Yeah, she's number 7.
Whoa.
She's early
Lucky number 7. Lucky number 7.
But
Lucky
Brooks
number
is number
7.
3, so I'm more worried about him than anybody else.
I'm worried about the beginning of the match instead of the end.
Oh, it's every man and woman for themselves, so it don't matter if you're grime, filth, genocide, any of those groups. Y'all are going to have one job in mind, and that is winning that Rumble to main event WrestleCade.
Whoa,
Yeah, exactly.
guys, look at the top of the ramp, pulls out a chair. It's the real Tim Cyphers.
Oh.
The real Tim Cyphers. He wants to pull up here. He's grabbing his own chair and coming down to the commentary table.
Oh, I thought everything was met earlier. Now he wants to sit and watch.
He wants to sit up close and personal. So Tim Cyphers definitely come up to the commentary table.
Match.
Well, he is a former television champion.
Yeah, whatever. Former for a reason. That's what happens when you lose. Anyway.
But in the beginning, James Park, just wailing haymakers.
Yeah.
Onto Sam Black. I mean, he tried to go for the gallows glass early, but of course Sam Black dodged that bullet. James trying early to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little shocked by James with that one. I mean, I did not expect him to try to hit that gallows glass early. How about you, Miss T? Miss T. Come on, close the book. It's okay. You got a show to do. But what do you think of James Park trying to hit that gallows glass early?
Try to prove again what happened last time they faced each other. And I really think that maybe there might be an upset for this.
Absolutely, indeed. Now, of course, Tim Cyphers, he's sitting right on the side of us. I'm just waiting for him to get here. But he is sitting on the side. He is watching this match closely for a reason. And, of course, Sam Black, was looking at James, and James did the, gentleman thing and actually held the ropes for Sam Black. I'm shocked.
I don't know if I trust that.
I don't either, but she gets right back in the ring, clean saving.
All right. Well.
It's it is James being a perfect gentleman, like I said, being that gentleman. But it didn't last long because he got her from the back. It didn't last long. James being James. But, and Tim is smiling what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, he is smiling what is just transpiring. But, of course, James sees Tim Cyphers sitting by the commentary table. And, of course, he comes out and gets in his face.
Oh, dear.
And he said, I don't know why you're out here. Nobody likes you anyways.
Oh, shit.
But I bet you didn't see that coming. And as he turned around, Sam Black hit a suicide dive and just connected with James Park and got pushed into Tim Cyphers.
Mm.
Damn.
Wow.
That's not going to end
no, it's not as Tim's, just like, what the hell did I do? I'm just sitting here. But Sam Black takes James Park, throws him back in the ring. She starts getting more offense on him now. They go back and they go back and forth with it in coming down to the end of the matchup. I'm not waiting for it. Coming down to the end of the match, he was ready for the Gallo Glass. He was setting up for it. Goes to hit it, but of course she ducks under.
Oh.
Kicks him in the gut, hits a DDT, goes to the top rope, hits the sky's the limit. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
And she grabs her Legacy Championship and she grabs the TV Championship.
Ooh.
And she just held up both of them.
Mm.
Ooh.
That's some, some people at least sitting here will know where I'm coming from. That's some world-class antics right there.
That is definitely world-class antics.
Yeah, uh-huh. We'll get more into that later.
But, and Sam just yelled, why do people take their eyes off me? Stupid, stupid, stupid.
All right, Sam, chill. Damn, sorry.
But, of course, she takes the TV title, drapes it back over James Park, and she picks him up, right? She shakes his hand in a good rematch. And what does Sam do? She low blows with a kick to James Park.
So grimy of you.
So grimy indeed. It's definitely grimy. But as she's walking away, she just went like this. I'm number 7. But wow. I mean, what a hell of a matchup that was right there between James and Sam. Yeah, and look at James. James is pissed. He's staring her down, though.
Yeah.
I don't think they're done with each other.
He's got enough pressure of his own at the Rumble, too. So he's got to fight for Claire.
Yeah, so it's going to be a hell of a Rumble. Hell of a Rumble.
Nuts.
Yes. But before we get to the final matchup of the night, let's take it away with the Pine Cone of Cody Cash. Who's our Pine Cone of the night?
I thought about it. I mean, he did just get kidnapped, so it's still it doesn't mean that he got exempt from it. I still think Tay Evans is a pine cone.
Absolutely. Indeed.
And honestly,
absolutely.
I hope he never comes back.
Ooh. But tell the locker room it is time for main event of the night. Another championship showcase matchup. It is between Legion, the CEW World Heavyweight Champion, taking on the EWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Mental Man, Sean Jackson.
Yep. But tonight, based on the presentation tonight, he didn't come out as the mental man. He came out as the Lone Star of Texas, man.
And listen to this crowd go nuts for him right now.
I mean, every once in a while we see that, he tells everybody like, you're not worth singing my song, and he's always irritated when people do. Because this was Texas, he let it happen because it's his place,
Yes.
It's just, and I even heard Marshall Owens say it a while back during the show. He basically called Brooks and Sean Jackson the true sons of Texas, which is, I like that.
Right.
But so I mean, Sean Jackson, he came out with that ovation.
We have someone who wants to watch this match as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the real Tim Cyphers.
It's actually
Tim.
Shit, nice.
Tim. I want to ask you. James was not able to, but he got bumped into by accident by Sam Black, and you fell off the chair. Of course. How you feeling?
Well, that's what took me a little bit of time here. Apologies, but it's their fault, not exactly mine.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'd like to address that another time, but there's some things I'd like to talk about. Let's watch the match.
All right, Cody Cash, take it away, sir. Cody.
Yeah. So anyway, he came out to that ovation, and obviously we have Kyle Lynch in the comments. He reported on what the loud chant was, and it was "We are grateful." So he played around with that and everything. He got in the ring. He obviously showed off the good old brass ring he's got on. Took off that scarf. He's rolling his arms. He's just getting his gander out, ready to go. And then we get to the part that I dreaded all night long, not because I hate him, because he freaks me out. The lights flickered, the laugh, the purple and orange lighting, the throne comes up, Legion's sitting there with the CEW World Heavyweight Championship, that red strap, that amber skull that's on the strap. Thing looks like he literally made it in hell. But I mean, he came out there. He's holding that thing. Haven's sitting ringside for at least another 36 days. But she nods to him, and he nods back to her. He takes that trench coat off. He's all geared up. He walks down there as slow as he always does. He gets in that ring. He climbs up that apron. He steps over those ropes. They're staring eye to eye at each other. They're both holding up those titles. The crowd is going ballistic.
Yes.
For me.
Sure. Whatever. Anyway. But I mean, this is right down the middle. I mean, we've had a lot of, no disqualification matches, but this was just straight wrestling. You know what I mean?
Boring.
And it was probably the craziest and most emotional and nail-biting 15-minute match I've ever seen for a main event.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you had the very first 5 minutes where, Legion and Sean Jackson, they met in the center of that ring. They stared at each other. Sean Jackson's got that smirk on his face, like he knows, like, you're no better than me. Yada, and like his usual spill that he was saying on social media. And Legion's, just kind of sizing him up, looking at him, just like, yep, this is it. And I was expecting Legion to just poke him in the eye or something, but then they just started teeing off on each other. They started trading blows, and they were even like at one point, Sean Jackson hits a European uppercut on him, and then Legion turns back and just chops him in the throat. I mean, they were going crazy, and it was all. And just because how Texas feels about Legion, I mean, they were like visceral with the boos tonight. So it was all like the traditional, like yeah, boo type of exchange, and then it was 10 minutes of the good old Lone Star of Texas. I mean, he was taking Legion down with all these good old fashioned wrestling moves like arm drags and suplexes and chain wrestling off the chain. You know what I mean? And they really just, I mean, they were fencing with the crowd. I mean, the crowd was trying to figure out who the hell do I go for? You know what I mean? And it spilled out in the ring a couple times. At one point, Sean was able to kind of get his offense in, and he was, throwing Legion's head into the barricade. And at one point, he even like kind of shot for the gut and like just kind of backed him into the barricade edge and got a good lower body hit on him. And at one point, he wanted to really just get a good shot in. So then Sean grabbed Legion by the head, walks over to those steps that just got put back, by the way, from earlier.
Thank God.
And he just throws his head into those steel steps, but Legion just snaps back up. And then Legion just snaps his head over to Sean and is visibly pissed. Headbutts Sean right the bridge of the nose, then just starts going like this, just bam, bam, bam. And then Legion was just circling all over the ring. Well, eventually the count got to 7, so they got back in there. Legion got the advantage for a good about 10 minutes solid. We got to the point where the nail biting started, which was both individuals at certain points of the match. You had the Hook'em Horns driver, near fall. You had the Legion's lecture, near fall. You even had Legion pick him back up and hit that hell spike, that Samoan spike he does.
Yes.
Near fall. And that was 2 finishers at once, and he still kicked out anyway.
Damn.
And eventually, Legion went for a third Legion's lecture, but Sean was able to reverse it, hits the Hook'em Horns driver twice.
Oh.
And then, this is the part that got us a little bit, that got us kind of nervous, because Sean started his usual ungrateful treatment and started literally yelling to the crowd, Legion is second best. He's no better than me. He's the baby of the family. I was like, okay, dude.
Oh no.
And then he finally goes, he turns them and goes, if you ask me, even Darius is better than you.
Oh.
And that's when Legion just shoots up like sits up like the Undertaker, is extremely pissed off, snaps his head to Sean. Sean's like, oh, here we go. They start hockey fighting each other. It spills out to the outside of the ring. We had a moment where Legion hit a choke slam, but made sure the spine connected to the base of the steel steps. And he didn't even choke slam it. He like grabbed him by the throat, hooked that arm, picked him up, and just threw him into the steel steps. It wasn't even like a full out choke slam. It was like grab, throw. And then Legion, we got to the count of 7 again. It got to 8. Legion rolls in the ring halfway, then rolls back out, so then the count starts over. Legion starts having his way with Sean again, just beating the shit out of him, basically. And then Legion gets a bright idea. He looks over at the referee, who's like, what are you doing? Get back in here. Legion just kind of smirks at him. He goes over to the center of the ringside, right in front of us, tears off that padding hits the Legion's lecture on the concrete, then grabs Sean by the head, lifts him up, shows him like a prize to us, like, this is your world champion. I was like, oh God.
Oh, yeah, you know.
And then he just really, he had to, I mean, I guess it was because Tim's sitting here and he just wanted to show off. At one point, he even just like wiped the blood from Sean and just like licked it. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
I don't know.
And look
that
at,
dude's
look
a
at
freaking
Haven.
psycho.
And Haven's just smiling at all this is happening.
Haven's actually like showing emotion. She's laughing about all this shit. And well, then he rolls Sean in the ring. He gets back up in there, climbs in, goes to pin Sean. 1, 2, Legion lifts up the head.
No.
Legion's playing with his food. Again, we all know how that goes.
Yeah, just ask Lenore Len.
And then, and then Legion, you know, while Sean's still on his back, you know, he's got lifted up a little bit. He just decides like he wants him to stay down as long as he can. So while he's still holding him hostage at this point, he just takes his thumb and just wham, just right in the throat.
Oh no, not that Samoan spike.
Throws that head down, puts his hand on the chest like he's gonna rip his soul out and pins him. 1, 2, Sean kicks out.
No. What?
And when I tell you the look on Legion's face changed, oh my God. And
oh man.
Then eventually, you know, Legion was about to set up for that Legion's lecture one more time. But as he lifted up Sean just took, like, he was positioned to where his right leg was kind of just really far back behind him so he can, you know, keep his footing. He took that right leg and just swung it so far up and just nailed Legion right in the havens.
Oh!
That was like full on Randy Orton punt kick right to the junk. You know what I mean? And that was some ungrateful treatment for you, I guess.
Yes, taking a page out of Darius Jones' playbook.
And that was all legal because the entire time that was happening, the referee was distracted because Haven started moving from the throne again.
Oh no.
So then Sean's like, you know, he's really, you know, he's full of adrenaline right now. So obviously, you know, he's bleeding and everything.
Right.
And Haven just walks up slowly, stares at him from the ramp. She starts tilting her head and just starts creeping the shit out of me. I say I'm a scary movie fan, but this shit, I can't stand it. I can't.
Nope.
And then he realizes why she's doing that. Because then he turns around, Legion hits the blood mist right in his face.
Oh no.
And then he walks over, and this hasn't happened in several months. You know, this has been, you know, something that I guess got put off for some reason because we hadn't seen him in so long. But he decided to bring a certain thing back. He goes over to Haven, reaches out his arm. Haven reaches into the satchel she's got.
No.
She just pulls out Scarlet.
Oh, I knew it. The hook. That hook.
And she hands it to Legion. Legion looks at the referee. Legion looks at the referee, who's like, "If you do it, I swear it's over." And he smirks at the referee, waits for Sean to stand up, and with that sharp, blunt end, just haymakers him right in the face with it.
Oh!
So the referee calls for the bell. That was it. Legion basically disqualified himself.
Oh, man.
And Legion just started just beating the shit out of Sean.
You need to get your security out there.
And so I sent my security out there. Legion starts going crazy on them. He's like slashing at them like a maniac. Well, then the lights go out. They come back on, and while Legion is trying to fend off the security, right behind him on the top rope, perched like a hawk, is Ed Coop.
What the hell?
Legion turns around, gets an absolute molly-whopping of a drop kick right to the face.
Oh, Ed Coop out of nowhere.
Ed starts beating the crap out of him, disarms him. Thankfully, he kicks that hook out of his reach.
Oh, yes, thank God.
And eventually, he's able to clothesline Legion out of the ring. And Legion's like incensed. He gets back up. He's holding his mouth. He's just, shouting at him. And then Ed Coop grabs a microphone. He plants himself in a chair in the center of the ring and says, "You, me, Mayday, we're not done."
Oh, shit. Woo! Oh, shit. Ed Coop, Legion, Mayday, it's official.
Woo!
Oh, man. What a match. What a show we had, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I am CEWA owner Derek Cole. That is CEWA owner Phoenix Jackson. Of course, my head of security, Cody Cash, all the way from VT Dog, Miss T, and of course, our special guest, the real Tim Cyphers. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week at the Chase Center. Oh, wait. Before we go.
Yes.
I have a little announcement to make myself.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, because just in case anybody here has any closing comments, now's the time. So,
yes. Yeah. So the little announcement that I have right now. June 19th, June 26th, we're going to have a 2-night extravaganza. It is our WrestleMania WrestleVersary 3.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's going to be 2 nights. And don't worry, we're going to be making some great matches. So we'll see you next week at the Chase Stadium.
Hold on.
Oh, good.
Mr. Cole.
Yes.
If I may, I didn't come out here just to get run over by Sam Black. I had a little something to talk to you about. I had my lawyers look at my contract, and by lawyers I mean my associate, and less my associate, more my mother. My mom and I looked over my contract, and given any type of merger, closure, closing up shop, any type of change to branding, I have the ability to exit said contract.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know that. News to me. But I don't want to do that, Mr. Cole. So in order to keep the real Tim Cyphers around, I have 2, I won't call them requests, I have 2 demands. One, I'm still very upset with James Park. He beat my ass very, very, very brutally, and I need to return that favor. Turnabout is fair play.
Well, you know what? How about next weekend? How about next week, Chase Stadium Mayday? You get your rematch that you never had yet for the television championship, and you will face James Park next week in Mayday.
I love that.
Second demand, though. We need to make sure that James Park has no excuses. We need to make sure that this match is no disqualification, no holds barred, false count anywhere. You do these 2 things, the real Tim Cyphers sticks around.
I have a request that might actually help with that, by the way, because of how I feel like obviously the 2 hate each other's guts. So, no disqualification, yeah. I vote that until they're able to get whatever they got to get out, we can't do nothing about it. I say Tim Cyphers versus James Park, unsanctioned match.
Sanctioned. Done and done.
Yeah, baby.
So it looks like the real Tim Cyphers is staying in CEWA. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week, Chase Stadium in sunny San Francisco, California.